Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Proof of Work Coin News. I am your host, Coinology. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It only takes a second, and it really does support the channel. Moving over to the Proof of Work side of things, we do have Bitcoin moving up ever so slightly. Even just that small movement is moving up a lot of coins. We got GRS token up 7.4%. We got a really old token here, Beam, up 7.6%. On the other side of things, we have a couple coins down, KMD down, or Komodo down 2.7%, Decred down a percentage, Digibyte down 1.7%. Today we are talking Dynex and how Dynex actually went down yesterday. So moving over to the pools, you can see last night, Dynex actually completely went down. You can see on all these pools, they all went down. Dynex is now currently back up. So Dynex has now produced a statement as to what happened with their network. So this is actually from Dynex, from their Twitter, network downtime post-mortem. The previous 24 hours were challenging to say the least. We faced severe network issues caused by a scheduled and announced network maintenance in our main DC, which has gone entirely sideways. There's no way of sugarcoating it. Something like this hurts our miners, our community, our project, and everyone involved, and needs at all costs to be prevented. An out-of-control mistake during the maintenance led to significantly exhausting the max. A loud count of prepared DB statements, which is something only our DB cluster operator is able to restore. Static statements have been working, and we applied changes in the code to prevent this going forward. Updates have been deployed to all pool operators. Having that said, this further increases the urgent need to have even more redundancy as a first step, which I instructed already to be deployed. But more importantly, we need to accelerate the process to remove malab entirely from the miner software. Our team has been working already while on embedding the proof of useful work data flow seamless into the Stratum protocol, which is commonly used with pools. Current ETA for testing is in around 4 weeks. We will put all of our weight in finalizing this ASAP. This means that in the near future, miners won't need to connect to any malab endpoints anymore. There will be no more malab services. There will also entirely remove some ongoing malab stability issues some miners have been facing. Looking at our plans and roadmap, we need a reliable network for the commercialization of our platform. We believe that the measurements and development steps taken will be leading us there. We also want to emphasize that we have been very clear from the beginning that Dynex is still work on progress. We need to build out the ecosystem, and that task, time, and effort, given what we are doing, has never been done before. The result of our work are very promising. The feedback from our beta users is beyond our expectation. There's a lot to come. Finally, we also conducting a formal review of the pool miner ad now, which apparently was the only pool being able to communicate through static prepared statements during this phase. As transparency is very important to us, we will issue the results of this investigation and potential measurements in due time. Having that said, we apologize for any inconvenience and really appreciate your continuous support. So, first off, I want to know what you think about this. Please drop your comments down below. If you're a Dynex miner or you're thinking about mining Dynex, maybe you don't mine Dynex, please put your comments down below. Now, as for what I think, please don't take this as any financial advice. But some things that I'm seeing here is that I feel like Dynex has a very, very small team, or potentially like one or two people working for them. Just kind of reading this statement, it doesn't feel like it was even proofread. There's definitely a lot of grammar mistakes, like punctuation, capitalization issues with this statement. Whereas I feel like if you had somebody that was like handling your social media side, obviously these things would get picked up. This message is really strange. Also, I feel like in the ending here, they're almost kind of... it's like they're defending themselves, and they're trying to promote how good Dynex actually is, even though it's failed. And I just feel like the actual work that you do should speak for itself. And we understand that Dynex is actually the first real proof of useful work that network that we are actively using. and that has a lot of popularity. And so from that, we understand that there's going to be some issues. And one thing I really have liked about Dynex, not saying that I'm a full-blown supporter of Dynex or anything like that, but the one thing I have kind of liked is that they have operated in a way where they have tried to fix any issues that anybody has brought up to them. They've genuinely really tried to fix it. Now, down here where they're talking about, kind of boasting their own egos, or almost trying to be like, hey, we're doing something really, really great here. I just find that strange. It feels like whoever posted this from Dynex, that they're just a very small group of people or one person, and that they're trying to basically defend themselves and trying to reestablish some sort of credibility after this incident. And I find that really strange. So for me, this is a huge red flag, especially because this Malib system has been pointed out multiple times as the weakness of Dynex, and they never changed it until it actually failed. Additionally, the other thing that I'm seeing is that basically, from what I understand from, just listening to other YouTubers and Reddit and all that kind of stuff, that essentially the reason why Dynex really crashed is because their servers were exhausted. And I find that to be a huge red flag, because essentially that means that this network really does run on servers, and that means that this system is not decentralized. And from that makes me feel like Dynex is going to be a no-go for me. And, really the decentralization of a coin is so important. It just, it pairs perfectly with the Bitcoin white paper and what Bitcoin, how Bitcoin operates essentially. And the further we get away from that, the more we add people to the equation, we get issues like this, where servers are being exhausted and, essentially a whole network goes down and you have a bunch of mining rigs that are just sitting there not doing anything. A lot of people have invested time, money, a lot of things into this project. I mean, you as a Dynex miner, you have invested a lot to get to the point where you are mining Dynex, you're paying your electricity bill, all that kind of stuff. These networks shouldn't go down, and they shouldn't go down because they're not decentralized and they run off servers. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Not financial advice. I see this as very damning for Dynex, and their reaction is a little strange to me. And personally, I believe that this makes Flux look really good, especially because Flux is waiting out and trying to make sure that their network is all good, stable, ready to go before they actually finally release their proof of useful work. And I am sure that they are looking at this going, okay, we need to make sure that this never happens. So good for Flux, bad for Dynex. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. So jumping into miner profitability, one thing I wanted to point out is today is a really good example of mining hardware versus, network hash rate versus, profitability. And essentially what I mean by that is that Dynex, all the way across the board, is the most profitable coin to mine on every GPU today. And the reason why is because Dynex went down and everybody jumped off of Dynex thinking, hey, Dynex could be down for a week. I don't know. And with that being said, now there is a bigger piece of the pie out there because there's less people mining on it. There's less hardware on it. And so right now, Dynex is essentially the most profitable coin. Moving back over to the chart, let's find Dynex here. I don't see Dynex on here. Okay, so here's Dynex. It looks like it actually did crash, came down, and now it's sort of retracing, rebounding. So from that, you are getting a little bit of a pump, and you are seeing profitability across the board. We got the 4090 doing 123 a day, 68 cents after power. Let's see here. Let's see how profitable we are. All the way down to let's see here. Where's a 1660? So even a 1660 is doing 21 cents revenue, 11 cents after power. Really interesting here. Just about everything is profitable right now. Look at these. Let's see here. RX 580 doing 25 cents revenue, 7 cents after power. That's awesome. Turn your cards on today. Get on Dynex. Now moving over to ASIC miners, we have the Antminer D9 really just eating up that block X, doing 72.97 a day, 66.13 after power. The Antminer D7 doing 53.12 a day, 45.57 after power. We do have the X16-P, 15.14 on NiceHash ET hash, 10.58 after power. So that miner I talked about a couple weeks ago, the Fusion Silicon A7, this thing is killing it on Block X. I really should have purchased one. They're only $200, so not super expensive or anything like that, but this thing is killing it on Block X. Yeah, 13.27 a day, 8.47 after power. On the regular X7, it's 10.87 a day, 7.75 after power. Moving down to the Antminer L7, we have which is most profitable on NiceHash script. We're doing 13.69 a day, 5.47 after power. The Antminer K7 on CKB doing 11.66 a day, 4.27 after power. Moving down, we have the Z15 Pro on Pirate Chain doing 8.83 a day, 2.69 after power. The Antminer KA3 on Cadena doing 10.02 a day, 2.43 after power. The S19 XP on SHA-256 doing 9.15 a day, 1.93 after power. You poor E9 Pro people are getting killed because of your efficiency right now, and it's sad to see. 664, 136 after power on CLO coin. This may be your last chance to get rid of E9 Pros and jump into Jazz miners. Obviously you can see how much more profitable because of the efficiency that these Jazz miners are. Not financial advice, but just something I'm really starting to see over the last couple of weeks. Last but not least, shameless self-promotion. I do have a Mercari page, and I am starting to get rid of a couple things, sort of like a garage sale, because I am emptying my crypto mining tent as I have purchased a couple of KDA miners that I am going to be in the process of setting up. So right now I do have a few iPolo V1 mini units. They're all 6 gigabyte versions. These are all for sale, and I'm actually selling them with a power supply, Ethernet switch, all the networking cables, so you are ready to go with this small farm. Hit me up and let me know that you are from the channel, and I will give you an even better deal. I also have a Innosilicon A4 Plus. This machine in itself has the efficiency of 3 Mini Doge Pros, the black model, not the original, the more efficient version. So this has the efficiency of 3 of those. This machine script mines at 630 megahash at 690 watts at the wall and is perfectly fine on 120 volt. That's how I ran it. Also has upgraded Noctua fans, obviously the power supply, and a 3D printed power supply holder. So yeah, this one's $435, but I also will give you a discount if you let me know that you are from the mining show. But yeah, selfless promotion. I am looking to get rid of these things to review a couple of other miners as well as clean out my mining tent, like I said. Last but not least, thank you very much for hanging out until the end of the show. We're at 526 subscribers, trying to get to 600. Please help me out. If you have any feedback or you would like to hear about something on the show, please drop it down in the comments below. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.